Hello everyone and welcome to This Day. Today is Thursday, November 2nd, and I'm Bobby Higgins. I can't believe we're into November already. This year is definitely going by so fast. We have a great show coming your way. Up next on This Day, we have Orange County Mosquito and Vector Control, and we are going to be talking about mosquitoes. If you ever wanted to know what you can do about these pesky insects, then definitely stay with us. And after Vector Control, we have Thrive in the Community with Cindy Whitney. She's going to update us on all the ways that Thrive is helping out in the community. And this brings us to today's Stay Informed. I know golf is a big deal in this community, so if you love golf, then you're going to be so excited about this. We have the grand reopening of the driving range, and that is tomorrow, November 3rd, Friday morning at 8 a.m. There'll be a ribbon cutting and guest speakers, so definitely come out and join us for that. And taking a look at today's weather, today is sunny, calm, and warm with a high of 82 and a low of 52. Tomorrow on Friday, we'll have clear sunny skies with a high of 79 and a low of 54. Going into the weekend on Saturday, it'll remain mostly sunny with a high of 77 and a low of 56. Fog will move in Saturday night, but it'll clear out before 11 a.m. on Sunday, and Monday is a little bit cooler and partly cloudy. And looking at the sunrise and sunset, we have a beautiful picture from Jules Anderson, this gorgeous fall tree right here in the village. Today's sunrise was at 7:10 a.m. and the sunset is at 5:57 p.m. tonight. If you'd like to have your photo featured here on This Day, please email it to us at lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Stay with us, because coming up next after the break, we have OC Vector Control. But first, let's take a look at today's meetings.
Most breast cancer, believe it or not, is actually not hereditary. Only about 10 to 15% of breast cancers in this country are related to your family or gene mutations. It's important to understand your family tree so that you can provide this information to your physician so they can properly assess your risk for breast cancer.
Living and learning in Laguna Woods Village is a unique experience. For over 45 years, the Emeritus Institute has provided tuition-free college classes within your community. Join us to experience expert faculty, quality academics, and to make friends through the Emeritus Institute. New classes start every semester, and you can join nearly any time. Visit us anytime at saddleback.edu/emeritus. Learn, live, and thrive with the Emeritus Institute.
At Renew Ketamine Infusion, Dr. Justin Yannick and Dr. Tanya Dahl are board-certified physicians with nearly a decade of experience in ketamine therapy who can help those who haven't found success with other treatments or wish to avoid daily medications. Whether you're struggling with depression, PTSD, anxiety, or chronic pain conditions, our private spa-like clinic focuses on creating the perfect setting for your ketamine treatment. Call us today to schedule your free physician consultation to determine if ketamine therapy is recommended for you.
Nothing spoils outdoor fun like a day-biting mosquito. The Aedes mosquito, known as the ankle biter, spreads diseases like Zika, dengue, and yellow fever. These aggressive little buggers need only a cap full of water to breed. So throw away, turn over, empty twice a week, or drill holes in the bottom of any container that holds at least a teaspoon of water. Protect yourself by wearing mosquito repellent and closing all unscreened windows and doors. To report unusual numbers of mosquitoes, call Orange County Mosquito and Vector Control District.
If you've been annoyed by pesky mosquitoes this year, you are not alone. Joining me now is Laura Young, District Manager with OC Mosquito and Vector Control. Hi, so nice to meet you.
Hi, good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, good morning. So, mosquitoes, not a fun topic necessarily, but how did you get into this field?
No, mosquitoes are never fun, especially if they're around your house. I actually used to work at different cities and was working in the water industry and thought if I could make water fun, I could probably educate people on mosquitoes, so worked my way up through the organization.
Ah, I love that. Great. And so you're district manager. What does your job entail? What types of things do you do?
So as district manager, I see the whole agency, oversee the special district that is Orange County Mosquito and Vector Control District, including our operations, our lab, our communications, and all other programs as well.
Okay. What would you say is the most challenging part of this job?
I think the most challenging part of this job is really getting the community engaged and active in vector control and making it a shared responsibility with everybody.
Yeah, and getting that education out there for sure. And what would you say is the good part or the stuff that you love about this job?
I really love the people that we work with. I've never worked with a more passionate group that really want to make a difference in their community and protect public health.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, great. So today we're talking about mosquitoes. And does it just seem like there are more mosquitoes this year, or are there actually more mosquitoes?
I think the answer to that is both. So we have a different kind of mosquito that was established in 2015, which is the Aedes mosquito. A lot of people call them ankle biters, and they're really aggressive day-biting mosquitoes. So it feels like we have more. And then this last year in 2023, just because of the weather and the continued hot weather and rains, we have about 3 times more mosquitoes in our community that we're finding.
Wow.
So, yeah.
And so you said, what year did you say that we started seeing these mosquitoes?
So the Aedes mosquitoes came into Orange County in 2015, and year over year they become more established in our communities. And as they become established, their numbers or their abundance gets higher.
Wow. And so how does a new species like this end up coming to a new area?
New species, just like new diseases, are transmitted through world trade. So cargo ships may have had mosquito eggs, and once that cargo, typically it was nursery items like lucky bamboo or bromeliads, were loaded off and went throughout LA County, Orange County, Southern California. Those mosquitoes became established in those areas.
Okay, all right. So the Aedes mosquitoes, they're hard to control. Why is that?
They are very challenging to control. Their evolution has allowed them to lay their eggs in a single row across multiple containers, and they like small containers. So what that means is flower pot saucers, yard drains, really cryptic small sources that we can't get to in every home, which makes them really challenging. And in addition to that, their eggs survive in dry conditions, which our native mosquitoes don't. So you could have a flower pot saucer with eggs on it, and in 2 years, those eggs can become mosquitoes once that flower pot saucer gets filled up with water.
Wow. So the flower pot dries out, it sits there for months and months, a year or more, and then it gets re-wet, and then now they can survive and still hatch. That's crazy. And there are 3 different types of Aedes mosquitoes?
There are. So our most prominent one here in Orange County is Aedes aegypti, and you can tell the difference between them and our native mosquitoes because they're black and white striped. If you want to call a mosquito pretty, those are very pretty mosquitoes. And then we do have some of the other Aedes, albopictus and nodescriptus, but not as common. They're all in the same species, so they all have similar biting habits and similar flying habits.
You said you called these the ankle biters. Why is that?
We do. Well, they were dubbed by media in 2015 the ankle biters because they like to bite on the lower extremities, so typically lower legs, ankles, feet. They're not good flyers, so they don't fly very high. And so people don't hear them, but they do feel their bites once they've bitten and tend to have a more severe reaction to them than our native mosquitoes.
Oh, wow. And then I understand our native mosquitoes maybe more prefer to bite birds, but these ones prefer to bite humans?
Yes, that's correct. So our native mosquitoes are Culex mosquitoes, and they are predominantly bird feeders. So humans sort of incidental hosts. They need a blood meal, and so they'll bite a person. These mosquitoes prefer mammals, so people, pets, and other mammals in our community. And they're more urban, so they're in areas that we are, which is backyards and communities.
What are some of like the reactions that you might have to being bit by a mosquito? Either people or pets?
Most people that haven't been bitten by Aedes mosquitoes will have a more severe reaction. So it can be a raised bump, severe itchiness. Some people have a more severe reaction to those bites, so those bumps get hard, and typically people will itch them, and that can lead to secondary infection. And because they bite multiple times, where our native mosquitoes will bite one time and get their blood meal, these mosquitoes, I call them more like appetizer mosquitoes, they'll bite multiple times to get their full blood meal. So you could have 3 or 4 bites from the same mosquito.
Wow. And what should someone do, like if they have been bitten? Is there anything you can do if it's itching or that kind of thing?
I always refer people to their medical professional, but definitely put something on it, any type of cream that either your doctor prescribes or you can get over the counter to reduce those itch. Basically, because if you itch a lot, you may get those secondary infections. I know there's a lot of home remedies, and I always tell people what works for you, and keep doing it until it doesn't work.
Yeah. So, and you teach that mosquito control is a shared community responsibility. So what can residents do?
So it's really important that we have everybody involved, and that's one of our biggest challenges, but would be our biggest achievement if we can get everybody involved in mosquito control. And that's dumping out water, being vigilant as people are going for walks. If they do see standing water, reporting those to homeowners associations, managements, even your neighbor, and being a good neighbor, and then wearing your repellent when you are out so that you can avoid those bites, and making sure you're doing that bite prevention, not just because of the nuisance, but because they can transmit disease as well.
Okay. And well, you mentioned about how the eggs can survive in a pot that's gone dry. Is there something you should do, like if you've had a pot that was sitting outside, to maybe thoroughly clean it first before replanting, or?
Yes, absolutely. So we always recommend you scrub the pots on the inside and outside, and to prevent any of those eggs from staying on that pot. So once you scrub them, they'll detach, and then if it does fill up with water, you won't get mosquitoes.
Okay. And do you actually see the eggs on the pot?
They're really challenging to see. They look like a spot, or like if you took a little pencil and put a mark on there. So you may not see them.
Wow.
If you looked really closely, you could probably spot them, but we just recommend if you have a pot outside and you're gonna reuse it, just go ahead and scrub it, clean it off, and then go ahead and plant what you wanted in there.
Okay, that's great. Is there a time of year when these mosquitoes are more prominent?
So for the Aedes mosquitoes, they do peak around October, but it really depends on the weather. So we're in November and we're still seeing high 80s temperatures, sometimes 90s. So as we continue to have this warm weather, we'll continue to have mosquito activity. When the weather starts dropping lower, especially the overnight lows down to 40s and 50s, then we'll see that activity slow down significantly.
Okay. All right, great. Anything else we should know about preventing mosquitoes?
Just to reiterate that everybody can do their part and help us with mosquito control so that we can reduce the populations in Orange County.
Well, great. Well, thank you, Laura, for being here and educating us. It was definitely good information to have.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so nice to meet you. So don't go anywhere. We have Thrive in the Community coming up right after the break.
The Salvation Army Orange County is committed to building hope in people's lives rather than just more shelters. The Center of Hope, a comprehensive homeless care solution, combines a 325-bed emergency shelter, 72 permanent supportive housing apartments, on-site medical, dental, vision, and mental health care, and an award-winning drug and alcohol rehabilitation center. Donate today to transform lives, create safer neighborhoods, and provide an opportunity to end chronic homelessness in Orange County.
If you're driven by an adventurous heart, you're in luck. The thoughtfully redesigned 2023 Subaru Outback shares your spirit. With standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, plus up to 32 miles per gallon. A 260 horsepower turbocharged engine, advanced technology, and an extra-large touchscreen. The 2023 Subaru Outback. Go where love takes you.
Irvine Subaru. Buy online, just come in to sign. Get 2 years complimentary maintenance included on all new Subarus.
Breast cancer takes patients down paths they never expected, and Memorial Care Comprehensive Breast Center at Saddleback can help navigate the way. We provide multidisciplinary breast care services for the early detection, diagnosis, and treatment of breast cancer using state-of-the-art technology in a personalized environment designed to meet the needs of each woman.
Peggy Edwards, who heads the publishing club, writes Sunshine Ludi is one of the kindest people I have ever met. She not only works tirelessly to fund charitable causes, and particularly Alzheimer's, she also Zoomed our meetings and is now helping publish our village stories. It's possible that without her, we would have neither. She asks nothing in return other than a smile.
Looking for a change of scenery? You don't have to play golf to enjoy all that 19 Restaurant and Lounge has to offer. From a delicious breakfast menu to our delectable lunch and dinner specials. At 19 Restaurant and Lounge, there is something for everyone. Relax with your friends and family and take in the beautiful view from our spacious patio. Or enjoy a cocktail and appetizer in our lounge. 19 Restaurant and Lounge is a great place to socialize, enjoy a meal, or simply take in the view. Join us 7 days a week and experience Laguna Woods' exclusive dining experience.
Welcome back to This Day. I think it's time to feel the love here in the community. With me right now is Cindy Whitney with Thrive in the Community. Cindy, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Bobby.
And so you probably don't want to talk about it, but you were just telling me about your Halloween story.
Oh,
what happened?
Well, there was a little mistake that I made. I was invited to a Halloween party, and so I got dressed in costume. I was full on Cruella de Vil, and when I arrived at the parking lot for the party, I noticed that no one else was going in costume, so I thought, no, this is not a this is not a good situation for me to be the only person dressed in costume. So I went home, and it all worked out, but it was one of those, lost in translation.
Oh man, I bet you looked amazing though. That just sounds
well,
like
it was fun. You know, you have to commit
yes.
to a Halloween costume, as you well know. I loved your steampunk.
Well, thank you. Well, turning, I know before we get into everything here for Thrive in the Community, you wanted to also talk about the world events and how this kind of can affect how people thrive as well.
Exactly. And when we started, Thrive was, basically taking a snapshot or a video of somebody thriving in the village and telling us about it. But it's a concept too, and it sort of moves around depending on what our situation is. And so now we're in a situation where there is distress in the world and people can become anxious or worried or concerned. So we're suggesting some mindfulness exercises, which would be meditation. You can meditate, prayer if that's what gives you comfort. You can take a walk around the village. You can spend time with your pet or your neighbor's pet. Sometimes, they're out there walking and just give you some love. You can engage in movement, yoga, Tai Chi. I know we have some great shows on TV. Krista Young has the mat and chair yoga, and Laura Fremont does the dance moves. So we can do those types of things just to keep us, engaged in something. Also, you can give to causes. You can give to humanitarian efforts if that's what you want to do to be feeling better about the situation in the world. That's something that you take an action to Doctors Without Borders and the Red Cross and faith groups. So those are the things that you can do to make yourself feel better and thrive while things around you they're not affecting us directly, but we perceive them and they have an impact on us.
Yeah, some great advice. And I know for me personally, I have to monitor knowing the news but not knowing too
Yes.
much, because it does affect
Yes.
it affects your brain, and I do know that, like, for me, definitely getting outside
Yes.
in the community completely resets my mindset.
Exactly.
And
Yeah,
makes such a difference.
Being around people, laughing. Laughter's my go-to thing anyway. And then also we're coming into the season of Thanksgiving, so gratitude is a pretty good thing too.
Yes.
Be grateful for the things that you have that are working, that are you're enjoying, and so forth. So gratitude is really important too. So.
Well, you mentioned laughter, and I just learned that you used to be an animator.
Yes.
So, that is such a cool career, and I'm sure there was much laughter in creating all that.
Animators, working at the Disney studios with animators was like being working with the Saturday Night Live writers every day.
Oh, really?
Everybody's crazy in a different kind of way. So it was fun all the time. We still got work done, but it was a really, really fun environment to work in. So.
Oh, how enjoyable. I'd love to hear about that more sometime.
Okay.
So tell me, what is the most rewarding part for you to be involved with Thrive?
Well, I think when people pay attention to some of the things that we say, we are working now on fall prevention. And I learned two things that are very important. One is falls. That's the greatest number of calls that come in for EMTs that come into the village are because someone has fallen. They may be treated in their home, they may be taken to emergency, or they may be admitted, but that's what the majority of the calls are. And the other thing is, I did not know that falling was not an inevitable part of aging. I always thought, it's like, okay, I'm a certain age, I should start falling, but that's not true. I mean, you don't need to fall as you age. There's a lot of different ways to prevent that, and that's what we're focusing on now.
Oh, that's great. And I understand there's a show on Village TV and it will continue this month, and it's giving you all the background about how to prevent falls.
Exactly. Yolanda Rotzen Center, she had some classes at one of the clubhouses. That's been stopped now, but she's going to start them again after the first of the year, and it was a great thing on fall prevention. She had people getting down on the floor, those who could, and then showing them how to get up. Well, she is on this show. It's on Wednesday, what is it on? It's on Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. and Sundays at 10:30 a.m. on Village TV. So watch her, and then I'm interviewing Peter Kwan from the Fitness Center, and he has some brilliant ideas about fall prevention.
Oh, wonderful. And is this the photo here with you and Peter?
Exactly. He's really studied this, and he doesn't do the traditional things of core. He's talking about foot exercises to increase your balance, your sensory motor skills, your awareness, your touch of things, your how you can protect yourself from falling, and he's just done some great work on it. Also, you can make an appointment with Peter, and he will have a private tutorial on fall prevention with you. So, but I think you'll get a lot out of his comments that he makes during this show. And Yolanda is the first half of the show, and Peter is the second half. So
yeah. So definitely for viewers out there, if you haven't seen that, definitely check it out. Good information, and it'll keep re-airing. So if you want to get a refresher and to learn, it's definitely good to have the education for that.
Sure.
So and you've had balance and fall prevention classes?
Yes, that's what Yolanda has been teaching in the clubhouses, and she's going to pick that back up after the first of the year. But the other thing that we've been doing, leave on an upbeat message, is the wonderful social events that we have with Saddleback Memorial Care. We have these quarterly now. We started with an old-fashioned ice cream truck, and I never saw my neighbors act so childish. They pulled up outside of Clubhouse 7 in the parking lot there, and they all came out, and they're looking up on the menu. I'm going to get a creamsicle, and I'm going to get a drumstick, and I'm going to get a fudgicle, and it had all the old-fashioned ice cream treats, and we were all standing there in line. But you had to earn the right to come out by playing bingo, and that's just a riot where people have to go around and find somebody that is left-handed. I had to walk up to a man and ask him, I said, "Excuse me, do you sleep with your socks on?" I'm asking for a friend. Seriously, it was on the bingo chart. So there's all of these sort of strange questions that you ask someone in the room, and as soon as you fill that out, you can go get your prize.
Oh, that's wonderful.
It's
what a great
great
way to get to know each other.
Yeah.
And so you'll be having another social coming up soon.
We will. It's quarterly. We just had the October one, so I guess that'll bring us up into the first of the year. But who knows what we'll have? We've had ice cream socials, and we've had the ice cream truck, and we've had ice cream float.
The mini pies.
The mini pies, they were good. They were actually good. We had to, of course, test them.
Of course, absolutely. Any last words you want to say about Thrive?
Well, again, be mindful. Take things and keep them in perspective. Be happy, be grateful, laugh a lot, and spend a lot of time with your friends.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being here
Thank
today.
you, Bobby.
It was a
It's
pleasure.
so nice to be here with you today.
Oh, thank you. So don't go anywhere. We have announcements and weather coming up right after this.
Living and learning in Laguna Woods Village is a unique experience. For over 45 years, the Emeritus Institute has provided tuition-free college classes within your community. Join us to experience expert faculty, quality academics, and to make friends through the Emeritus Institute. New classes start every semester, and you can join nearly any time. Visit us anytime at saddleback.edu/emeritus. Learn, live, and thrive with the Emeritus Institute.
Laguna Woods Dental Care, our goal is to serve and provide dental services to the residents of Laguna Woods. Dr. Mohsen Mahmood is currently specializing in senior dental care from USC Dental School and has been serving the Laguna Woods community for over 16 years. At Laguna Woods Dental, our top priority is your overall wellness, ensuring your current medications do not affect your oral health. We offer a convenient plan for $250 a year that includes exam, x-rays, and all types of cleanings are covered. Our office is located right outside of gate number 3. Come book your appointment today.
Do you want the government to take control of your assets and your legacy, or do you want to take control? L.S. Carlson Law is well positioned because we have a team of estate planning attorneys. You call us, we sit down with you, and we will define what is the customized estate plan that properly protects your legacy.
I'd like to personally thank L.S. Carlson Law for all my family's estate planning needs. I highly recommend them to everyone.
Hi, I'm Linda Honey. I'd be happy to help you and your family. Please call us today.
Welcome back to This Day. Let's keep you informed of announcements coming up. At 9 a.m. on Friday, November 3rd, that's tomorrow, it's Mastering the Master Plan, a master plan for aging update via Zoom. This is an opportunity to impact how Orange County experiences aging. You can register for this event at bit.ly/OC Master Plan 2023. And now taking a look at the weather. It's beautiful out there today. It's sunny, calm, and warm. High of 82, low of 52. Tomorrow and Friday, it'll also be clear, sunny skies with a high of 79. Going into the weekend on Saturday, it'll remain mostly sunny with a high of 77. The fog will move in a little bit on Saturday night, but it should clear out before 11 a.m. on Sunday morning. Monday will be just a little bit cooler and partly cloudy. So taking a look ahead tomorrow on this day, we Want Your Timeshare, also Sports Corner with Cole Young, and Global Harmony Symphony Club. So that'll be a great show tomorrow. Michael Taylor will join us back in the studio for that. I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you so much for watching. For This Day, I'm Bobby Higgins. Have a great day, everyone.
say, can you see?